So this is the current state of my dining room, and this is the current state of my living room. Hi, I'm Andrew, and I'm trying to become a house husband, and my boyfriend's mom is going to be here in 5 days to visit. So I need to get working. Here's a quick recap of everything that I need to do in order of how I think I need to do it. I need to do something about this gap here in the floor. Bought some red oak that I'm going to cut down to size and install, and I have to also stain it. When the floor is done, that's when I can move on to doing the actual case of the cased opening. So I'm basically just surrounding this edge in wood. I think I can get it done in 5 days. We'll see. Here you can see I'm cutting that piece of oak that I had bought using a table saw that I got off Facebook Marketplace. Obviously it was a very cheap one because I have those 2x4s holding it up. Does the job. I also got a Microsoft Facebook Marketplace, so shout out to everybody that had suggested that. All right, I'm going to be completely honest. First cut I made was like an inch too short. I don't know how that happened. They say measure twice, cut once. I feel like it's more like measure 15 times and probably still cut twice. I had to go and buy a second piece of wood. This piece, though, the second one I cut, is perfect. It fits like a glove. It's really as good as I could ask for. I did just dry fit it, and I don't know how to get it out. So that's going to be fun. Now that I finally got that piece of wood out, I'm prepping the area, I'm going to vacuum it, and then I'm going to put down liquid nails, and I place the piece of wood back in there, and then I also brad nailed both ends just so that piece of wood stayed where it needed to be while the liquid nails dried. The cut that I made for the floor is actually not bad, but there are some gaps, so to fill the gaps, I'm going to mix wood glue with wood dust that you can see right here, and that will make a nice like gap filler that will flex with the rest of the floor when it gets humid and stuff. Here I am mixing it up, and I'll apply it. Little did I know that I really should have scraped off as much as I can before it dries because it will cause problems when I go to sand. Okay, now I'm sanding. I'm prepping the floor just because there are like some dark spots on the existing wood, so I wanted to sand that down too to see how smooth I can get things. Did have to sand for a while. Like I said before, the wood glue just like gummed up every single piece of sandpaper that I had, so I had to go over it a few times with a few different pieces of sandpaper, but I got it smooth to where I thought I liked it. And then I applied some wood conditioner, let that sit, and then I applied the stain. There ended up being one spot that I just really didn't like how it looked. So this is the next morning. I literally fell asleep thinking about it. I woke up and I was like, I have to fix this. And that's exactly what I did. I taped it off and I sanded the heck out of it again and restained it. I just knew that if it was going to look like that, I would be angry about it forever. So it was totally worth it, just the extra effort. And it did come out looking way better. And then to seal it, I used Behr brand polyurethane. I don't know why, but this first coat, I used a roller, which was not the roller I should be using. I should have just used a brush. So when it dried, it had a weird texture to it, but I was able to just sand that off for the second coat. So I did do a second coat, and I totally forgot to hit record. I did use the brush this time. It went on a lot smoother. I think this is my last coat. So I'm going to end the video for today. Tomorrow, I'll be showing you the trim and I'll show you everything finished. Thanks for watching and follow for more.